Good afternoon to you, Mr. Flash.
Good afternoon.
And good afternoon. I can't even get my words out. Good afternoon to you, Mr. Hewick.
Mr. Hewick, yes.
Did you have a good gig? You're not keen, are you?
Oh, I'm keen. Yeah. But I like playing longer, and it felt very chaotic and flashing by very fast. I just said to your colleague behind the camera there that I both enjoyed it and unenjoyed it at the same time.
So you enjoyed it first and then unenjoyed it, or you simultaneously?
Simultaneously, because I'm grasping multiple concepts.
It's always a good way. Are you a fan of I can't speak. What's wrong with me? It's you two confusing me. I'm awash with stardom. Are you a fan of multi-storey car parks?
Yes, I do like a good multi-storey car park.
Good name for a band.
What's your favourite floor?
Oh, third floor.
Third floor. Your favourite floor of a multi-storey car park?
The 23rd floor.
The 23rd. That's a tall multi-storey car park. Now, Kevin, you've done many.
An occult reference.
An occult reference.
Yeah.
You've done many gigs over the years.
Yeah.
Does playing at De Montfort Hall as part of the festivals that they've held here, such as Summer Sunday, does that mean a lot to you?
Does it mean a lot to me? What can I say? I went to my first show at De Montfort Halls when I was about 2 years old in 1959, and it was Max Bygraves. I don't remember it. I don't remember seeing Johnny Ray. I do remember seeing, when I was about 6, Billy Fury and the Tornadoes doing Telstar. So, of course, it's very special. I've been to countless gigs here, and especially through the 70s, where I saw all sorts of things like Pink Floyd and Traffic and Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Yes, Family, of course, the great Family from Leicester. And then the punk rock era came and saw everything, Clash, Damn, Jam, all those things, the Adverts, the Slits, you name it. And then saw the things like Specials, Madness, all those things. And then the 80s happened and ruined everything. So.
In terms of the 80s, you're not a fan of 80s music?
No.
Oh. Are you a fan of 80s music, Flash?
Yes.
What do you like about 80s music?
Well, my first gig here was 1983, which was Bauhaus. That's my first big one here. And I saw New Model Arm in the 80s and the Levelers in the 80s and all sorts of stuff here. It was great. It was always a great venue. It was always really loud. I even saw Zodiac Mind Warp, which I'm quite sorry about, but I did.
Yeah. Flash has mentioned some things that were happening then that obviously were on a different plane to most of the rubbish of the 80s. Things like those things he mentioned, and also people like Cocteau Twins, Pixies, Sonic Youth. There were people doing great stuff in the 80s, of course there was.
And in terms of, you two are, to my mind...
You too. I actually, U2, I'm a big fan of U2. Get a lot of flack these days. And that album they gave away is one of the best albums they've ever done. Just listen to it, folks. It's a beautiful album.
The one that was kind of guerrilla dropped onto people's phones?
Yeah, it's great.
Do you have the famous fruit-based phone that allows you to listen to U2's music?
Yes.
Oh, interesting. And are you still using an analogue brick from the 1980s?
Of course.
Yes.
Well, how would we expect anything else?
I'd do it if I could do it. If I could make everybody listen to me, I'd make you all listen to me. You know?
Flash would have to go around with a hammer and a chisel, though, wouldn't he? It's about his level of understanding of technology.
I'm more of a hammer and sickle man myself. Jeremy Corbyn.
We're not here, obviously, to talk politically. I'm not.
I'm up for that.
One of the things that sort of sticks out in my mind is that you two, and we're not getting into the U2 joke again, but you pair of gentlemen musicians are amongst, if not the probably best well-known musicians in the city now, and I think I've played with both of you on multiple occasions. We've shared stages. Is there anybody left in the city that you want to play with, or any more gigs that you want to do that you haven't yet done?
Oh, everyone matters. Everyone matters. Just because it's a venue you've played many times, like the musician, each one matters immensely. And I'm always writing new material and reinterpreting older material, so no, they all matter. Everything's important. Everything is very important to me. It means a lot. And also, it feels like now I've survived something. Maybe not much longer, but the statement is that people will say, well, he's been around forever. Well, that's the statement. I am forever.
And you want to be remembered as such?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, well, when I'm dead, it's going to be amazing. I'm going to be total ultimate cult artist when I'm dead, definitely.
Will they intern you under the stage at De Montfort Hall?
Probably not, no, because my name is in very little writing on the poster still. I'm still an outsider. I'm not an insider. It's not a nice, cosy, little comfortable thing at all. And it's on the edge, you know. The performance just now was on the edge. It was raw, it was passionate, and it wasn't perfect. And, you know, we dropped one song because we were running out of time, and it was perhaps the most commercial song we do. But we dropped it. Do we do the commercial one or the uncommercial one? Do the uncommercial one.
Now, you're known for these epic gigs that can, you know, what's the longest gig that you've ever done?
4 hours, 41 minutes. I was really upset because I only needed 19 minutes to get to 5 hours, no break.
And what happened? Why lose the last 19 minutes?
Well, they just stopped me.
Where was that?
I was at the Criterion.
Did somebody want to have a game of darts and a pizza?
It was probably that, or there's some football on or something, you know.
Now, Flash, those that know you know that you're obviously a skilled and talented drummer with many, many, many years of experience, many, many years being the operative phrase in that question. Are you able to keep up with these epic 5-hour gigs?
No, in a word, really, no. I did a gig with him at the Twisted Toucan, and he did 3.5 hours, and I did 2.5 hours. My hands were bleeding. So I had to stop and go to the bar and get a little bit inebriated. And then I went back on again for about another 20 minutes until there was blood on the kit. And no, nobody can keep up with him at all. He's like a machine.
I'm pretty sure I've made your hands bleed before.
You walked on him.
Well, it wasn't. You shouldn't have such long arms, dragging your knuckles along the ground when you walk. Is that a characteristic of a drummer?
Yeah, you can play your snare lower then, so you can hit it harder.
Like Animal from the Muppets?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Always. You've always got to hit the drum kit really hard. It annoys guitarists.
It always annoyed me. And are you still influenced by anything new, Kevin? Is there anything that you're listening to now that works its way into the music that you write?
I like the last PJ Harvey album's fantastic. I know she's been around a long time. And the last Suede album, they've been around a long time, great. But I like Savages, Warpaint, Wolf Alice, Girls' Names, fantastic band from Northern Ireland I played with last year. So, and you'll notice there's a lot of women musicians in that. It does seem that there's a lot of women musicians making real statements. And last year, at the end of last year, I went to an amazing show by, I suppose, veterans, an odd word to use, but Annette Peacock, who's been around since the 60s. And I finally got to see her play and meet her, and out of this world. And it's what I just said, really, you know, 50 odd years on from making her first recordings, she's still doing something quite extraordinary and totally of the now.
And if people want to find out a bit more about you or listen to a bit more of your music, we just broadcast your set live on Demon from the indoor stage. Where can they find out? Are you on Twitter? Have you got a Facebook page or a website?
You'll find Kevin Hewick on Twitter, you'll find Kevin Hewick on Facebook. There's www.kevinhewick.co.uk. So I'm very connected to the modern internet media. I'm always Facebook. I'm wired to it, probably too wired to it. So I'm always on it, chatting with people and everything, just like a normal person.
And Flash, for people that want to find out a little bit more about you, do they still need to send you a telegram, or will that interrupt you colouring in your colouring books?
Courier pigeon now, we've moved up. I've got a net and I catch pigeons as they go by. Or Facebook. I've heard about it, so I wrote the word Facebook on the floor, and people can find me there.
Freak Book. I've got a song called Freak Book on the new album.
So when's your new is your new album out now?
Well, it was meant to be out for this today, and of course, following the factory records tradition, it's run late from the manufacturers. I mean, obviously now you have a big digital presence, but the physical CDs, which are beautifully packaged with all the lyrics and everything, and lots of fuzzy photos that I took in the countryside and stuff. It's a few days late, which of course typical because it's about the best local shop window you get all year, and basically blew the timing. But never mind. There's bigger fish to fly, isn't there?
And what's the name of your new album?
It's called Touching Stones, Tasting Rain, because even that tells you it's like a manifesto. That isn't a title, it's a title.
Indeed it is. So, and that's on Factory Records.
Yeah.
No.
It's on Botheration Records. Factory Records folded in the 90s.
Well, that's what I thought. And then you said, well, the Factory Way, and I...
Yeah, well, no, because Factory were always late with things and incredible delays because of artwork, like albums were... I had a single out in October of that year with Factory, and it came out the following May. I got a load of gigs. I did a tour in the October to promote the single that was out in October that came out in May. You get the idea? It was like that.
I do. So your album...
Touching Stones, Tasting Rain.
Is out on Botheration.
On Botheration.
And if you want to find out a little bit more about Kevin Hewick, go to www.kevinhewick.com. Stay tuned to us. Keep listening to 107.5 Demon FM. We are live from Simon Says at De Montfort Hall. And if you want to get in touch, send us a Twitter. Tweet us at Demon FM. You can use the hashtag Simon Says, or just be here. You know, there are still day tickets. Come down for the rest of the evening. Come down for tomorrow. You can follow Flash around. He's wearing a rather fetching cowboy shirt and a trucker hat.
Let's Play Bowie tomorrow. I'm doing Diamond Dogs.
Oh, with Gaz and everybody.
Yeah, with Wellard Willie. Yeah.
Fantastic. So come down tomorrow to see Kevin with Let's Play Bowie.
I'm comparing on the marquee stage.
And he's comparing on the marquee stage. Flash looks a little bit like C6 Steve. We're going to have a lookalike competition for him.
Car Sick Kev.
Yeah, Car Sick Kev and C6 Steve. You're listening to Demon FM. We've got another song for you. We're going to play it now.